atmosphere here in Milano. And look at the athletes. They all seem to be very focused and very ready for this. Look at that heat. Some of the nicest guys in the business.
Absolutely.
Very Swan from Sweden taking on Koen Martens from Belgium.
Even start by both. Good into the wood. Very Swan looking good like that cut. Oh my goodness, Koen Martens was quicker on that cut at the bottom. Very nice by Koen Martens. Oh, it's close here. And it's going to be Ferry Swan. Koen Martens a stroke behind. Looks like he almost tripped getting off that block. Here's a discipline where Ferry is very, very strong. Koen Martens well, but Ferry's got the advantage here, using that entire saw as efficiently as you possibly can. Oh! And Koen Martens gets a bit of a hookup, slowing things down. Now who moved to the standing block chop, about 6 drivers behind Swan to the other side now, 3 strokes ahead of Koen Martens on his second side. Swan gets a sticky axe, giving an option to Koen Martens to try and catch up. And Swan does it with the last driver. Oh my goodness. It looked like it might be close. Koen Martens was on that second side and he wasn't that far behind. 3 drivers was all it took for Koen Martens to get finished after Ferry Swan was done.
Ready for the next heats. It's time to say hello to Brad Doosa, the legend, and Mccol.
Strong point for Brad Doosa is that single buck. If he can get there ahead of Mccol, he'll have this one pretty much locked down. Both of them looking good as they head over to the underhand chop, dead even with each other, and start those drivers at the same time. Mccol getting a little bit of a sticky axe there. Brad Doosa clean and solid through over to the second side. 2 strokes ahead of Mccol now as he moves over to the second side of his block. Brad Doosa chipping out nicely. Mccol doing the same thing. Slightly sticky axes for Redmer there. Brad Doosa trying to find his way through.
Wow.
Redmer's done it and gone over to the single buck first. Now the pressure is on because Brad Doosa is excellent at this single buck. Will he be able to catch up to Mccol? Mccol is almost through, but Brad Doosa's done it. He's caught up with him, and both of them dropped the cookie at the same time. So this could be a close battle between these 2 guys here. The training that Redmer's done in Australia could have paid off. Will he be strong enough and have enough endurance to beat Brad Doosa over to the second side at the same time of each other? Unbelievable pace here for both of these guys. Both of them looking quite tired as we come down to it. Will Mccol have the power to get through?
Oh,
he slips out! Mccol and Brad Doosa almost dead even at the same time. 107.26, 107.7. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, that was about the closest, most exciting heat we've had all day long. It's only 4 in and I'm losing my mind up here. Ha ha!
Over.
Oh, 106.80, 106.88. How close was that? Wow, what an amazing heat that was.
So Matthew Kogar taking on Martin Kalina.
Start by Matt Kogar. He was quick on the pickup. You can see that cookie's pretty thick, leaving less material there for the single buck. Martin Kalina, good cut, and he is on the underhand chop, 1 stroke behind Matt Kogar. Kalina looking good right now. He's got to keep that pace up, though, if he wants to keep up with Matt Kogar. He knows he's got a solid competitor. Matt Kogar through quickly, though. Kalina still working on that second side. His drivers aren't super powerful, nice and accurate though, and Kogar is already 3/4 of the way through that single buck, and Kalina has now made it over to the single buck to start his cut, and now Kogar is going to step to the standing block chop and start. Big chip comes off of that there. Kalina now heading over to his standing block chop. Matt Kogar is looking very good. It's looking like it's going to be a very good time. Probably going to be over a minute though. Oh, maybe not. That's a wiggle and a waggle in 58.25. That's a pretty solid time for Matt Kogar. 1:20.17 for Martin Kalina. And that's an elimination for Martin Kalina, but Matthew Kogar moving on to the next round.
This is our heat number 7. It's Michal Dubitsky taking on Andrea Rossi.
Very quick start by Andrea Rossi. He's got a lot of support in the audience here. Bit of a thick cookie by both of these guys, and Andrea Rossi starting off pretty much at the same time as Michal Dubitsky on the underhand chop. You can see the pace that Dubitsky's working at. Andrea Rossi right there with him though. Dubitsky to the other side, Rossi to the other side now. Dubitsky not giving up. A bit of a sticky axe 2 times now for Andrea Rossi. Who's going to get through there first? I'm pretty sure it's going to be Dubitsky. He's got to get back up there and make sure he's cut all the way through. And Dubitsky's bending that saw pretty significantly, so if Rossi can get in a good flow here, and Dubitsky's got stuck at the bottom and he's finally through, and Rossi may well catch up here.
Crowd is loving it.
Rossi's solid on the standing block chop. Dubitsky's onto the other side, skips the axe. That's troublesome right there. Rossi over to the other side. Will he be able to catch up to Dubitsky? No, he's not going to do it. Dubitsky's too powerful with that last driver. He is through in a time of 1:11.17. So not super fast, and Rossi is almost there on the second side of his block. He does it in 1:22.28, and the fans were loving the action there.
I think we're going to need a review on Dubitsky.
Let's see if we could see what they're looking at here. Fingers over the line at the start, really?
So we made a video check on stand A. The fingers were not completely over the line at the start. So that's a disqualification.
Oh my goodness. DQ for Dubitsky. That means Andrea Rossi goes on to the quarterfinals. Oh, that is a kick in the rear for Dubitsky. So let's take a look at what's going on here.
Oh yeah. So the quarterfinals, consisting of Jack Jordan taking on Ferry Swan. We've got Brad Delosa against Simon Grönwald.
That should be interesting.
Matthew Koga taking on Emil Hansen.
Oh my goodness.
And last but not least, the home crowd love man Andrea Rossi against Matthias Klima. And off we go, quarterfinal number 1 between New Zealand's Jack Jordan and Sweden's Ferry Swan.
3, 2, 1, go!
Who's going to make it to the semis?
Oh, dead even start by both of these guys, Jack Jordan and Ferry Swan, looking good. Cookies drop almost at the same time. Ferry quick to the block, Jack Jordan and Ferry. Ferry Swan shipping out some massive pieces. Could it be a close one here between these two? Ferry Swan almost through. He's got to step back up and get the clean through. Jordan, a sticky single buck to get it going. Ferry Swan is excellent on single buck. This could be a difference maker here.
Wow.
Look at Ferry Swan go. He's going to catch up with Jordan, and they might drop these cookies at the same time. Oh, they do. Over to the standing block chop. This could be a very close one.
What's going on?
Could this be the upset of the day? Jack Jordan going up against Ferry Swan. Ferry Swan on the first side. Jack Jordan now moving over to the second side. Ferry Swan 2 strokes behind Jack Jordan as he moves over to the second side. Is it going to be Jack Jordan? Is it going to be Ferry Swan? It's going to be Jack Jordan, and he'll step to the semifinals after just winning by a hair. Oh, maybe not. It was a 2-stroke difference there by Ferry Swan just from behind. Wow, what a heat that was, though, right up until the end. How intense is that, folks?
What about this heat, man? Brad Delosa taking on the youngster Simon Grönwald.
1, go!
Oh, very nice start by Delosa. He was quick on that saw. Simon Grönwald right there with them. Cookies drop roughly at the same time. Grönwald over now to the underhand chop. The underhand chop looking good for both of these guys. Grönwald shipping out big. And who's going to go over to the other side first? It's going to be at the same time. Oh, wow. Incredible heat here so far. Simon Grönwald with the advantage as he goes over to the single buck. Simon Grönwald looking very good here. It could come down to the the standing block chop, excuse me. 1, 2 strokes ahead as they get going on the standing block chop. Could be that we see an unseating of a champion here. Brad Delosa is getting close, and it looks like it's going to be Delosa. Oh, just by a hair. And Simon Grönwald 2.5 drivers behind Delosa. Ever so close. And Delosa is absolutely busted after that heat because he could feel on the back of his head that Simon Grönwald was crawling up his back.
That's another interesting one. Matthew Koga taking on Emil Hansen.
3, 2, 1, go!
Very nice start. Thin block for Emil Hansen. Both of them, oh yeah, right up there on the underhand chop at the same time. In sync with each other. Very nice hits. Drivers are looking good. Chipping out nicely. Oh, sticky axe, but they're both over to the other side at the same time. Emil Hansen keeping it honest out there for Matt Kogar. Matt Kogar is through. Emil Hansen's got to step up in there. This is an opportunity for Emil Hansen to have a really good single saw, and it's looking like he's going to do it.
Oh, yes.
Matt Kogar is there, but Emil Hansen is now caught up, and both of them are on the standing block chop at the same time. This could be very exciting between these two guys. It's going to be close here. It's going to be Matt Kogar. It's going to be Matt Kogar by one driver. And Emil Hansen one hit behind Matt Kogar. How close was that? And it came down to what I said on that single saw. Man, that kept it exciting.
So either Andrea or Matthias in the semi-finals. That's a bit of pressure for the both of them.
3, 2, 1, go!
Wow, great start. Great start.
Matthias Klima was a little bit quicker on the start with that saw, but
oh, he forgot the glasses. He forgot the glasses.
A little bit of a flub. That's okay. Rossi needs the glasses. He can keep the glasses on because they're prescription.
Okay.
And he's got them tied onto the back of his head for that very reason. So that's not it's not a situation where he can get DQ'd or anything like that. Matthias Klima over to the other side of his block quickly though, and working through that second side. It looks like he is through and heading over to the single buck. Could he catch up with Matthias Klima? Matthias is rocking that saw a little bit, so he's a bit slow there. Rossi doing his best to catch up, and he's got the audience in his back now. Rossi moving over to the standing block top. Matthias is about 6 or 7 strokes ahead of Rossi and moving over to the other side now. Matthias Klima with a distinct advantage on that standing block chop. Rossi moving over to the other side. Both of these guys getting tired, but you can see the fatigue on Rossi, and Matthias Klima drops it. And Rossi, you can see, is tired now as that final axe driver gets him the time done in 1:29.9.
No time to relax because semi-final number 1 coming up. Jack Jordan, the defending champion, against the living legend Brad Doosa.
3, 2, 1, go!
Dead even start by both of these guys. That is some skill right there. Jack Jordan a little bit faster on that stock saw. Will it make a difference here on the underhand chop? He's got a quick pace on the underhand chop. Brad Doosa right there with him though. Over to the other side, in sync with each other. Boy, this could be a Rockettes to music if we really wanted to make it work that way. Jordan's through ahead of Doosa. Doosa's got a hair hanging on, but this is where Doosa could really take advantage of Jack Jordan. Doosa on that single buck is so solid. Jack Jordan a little bit choppy, short strokes, and Doosa has caught up with him almost. Half a stroke is all it is separating these two guys on the standing block chop. This is a close battle. Doosa over to the other side of his block ahead of Jack Jordan. Jack Jordan has a huge slap that came out of his block. That could be a big advantage for Jordan. He slips through. Is it going to be? Oh! Again, another close one between those two guys. Just there. Holy moly. That was ever so close. Unbelievable. Matthias Klima in the white jersey on stage right. And Matt Kogar in the red jersey on stage left.
3, 2, 1, go!
Good start by Klima and Kogar, both of them looking good. Klima is very good with this saw. Nice even start, heading to the underhand chop. Underhand chop starting for both of these guys, right in sync with each other. Klima looking good, and he is going to keep up with Matt Kogar. Klima moving over to the other side, 2 strokes ahead of Kogar. Will he get through that block ahead of Kogar? Uh-oh, we got a problem with Matt Kogar there as he stopped chopping for whatever reason. Klima is continuing on, and he is going towards the single buck.
The saw is still on.
Oh, the saw is still on. That means it's going to be a DQ for him, and you called it. You called it. Unbelievable. He needed to turn off that saw, otherwise it counts as a DQ, and that means Matthias Klima is going to go to the final against Jack Jordan. Oh, my God. What a crazy turn of events here, and he knows it exactly. Oh my goodness. I really feel bad for Matt Kogar. He must be absolutely gutted. So in our small final, we got Brad Doosa going up against Matthew Kogar.
How about that?
Sorry,
bronze
but Matthew Kogar and Brad Doosa in a small final. I mean, that's a world championship final in any other time of the year, right?
3, 2, 1, go!
Holy moly.
Great start by both of these guys. Matt making a fat cut to try and make sure he's got thin. Uh-oh. He really made sure that that machine was off this time, but that gave the advantage to Brad Doosa as he headed over to that underhand chop. But Matt Kogar cutting hard and fast, moving over to the other side of that underhand chop, about 2 drivers behind Brad Doosa, and he's actually managed to get through it faster than Doosa, but now Doosa is going to have to work on that single buck to catch up with Matt Kogar, and I would say these guys are both really evenly matched on the single saw. Matt Kogar looking good as he is almost at the bottom. Big bow on that misery whip. He gets through it though, and Matt moved over to the standing block chop, so I'm going to say he's taken that anger out from that earlier round on these blocks right now, as both of them move over to the second side of their standing block chop at exactly the same time. It's hit for both of these guys. Who's going to drop it first and take third place? It's going to be Matt Kogar. Matt Kogar takes third place in the competition. He will be your bronze medalist, and barring any DQ because something's running or dropped or missing, a great heat between these two guys, both legendary athletes.
And here we go. We are ready for the big final here at the STIHL TIMBERSPORTS World Trophy 2024 in Milano.
Oh yes, Matches is hot to trot. You can see he got that saw up there quickly, and Matches has got a good cut there as he heads over to the underhand chop. This is going to be a tight one here. Jack Jordan is very fast with that axe, but Matches is definitely keeping up and keeping that pace. Jack Jordan over to the second side, 2 strokes ahead of Matches Klima, who is now on his second side. And is it going to be Jack Jordan getting over to that underhand or that single buck as quickly as he did before? It will be a little bit of a hop by his saw to get it into the groove. And now Matches Klima joins him on that single buck. Jack pushing hard. Matches trying to fight that saw through. You see the flow is definitely cleaner for Jack Jordan. Matches Klima struggling a little bit as he forces that saw a bit too much. And now Jack Jordan definitely with the advantage on the standing block chop.
This man is a machine.
Matches Klima drops that cookie on single buck, and now Jack Jordan is on the second side. Oh my God, could that be a world record? It's a new world record! Oh my goodness! That popped off the top of that block. That was an absolutely incredible run from Jack Jordan.
You must be
and he's got
kidding me.
a world record, and not only a world record, but it's a world record by a bullet. Matches Klima still fighting to get through the second side of his block, and right now he drops it in a time of 1:17.00. Wow, though.
Just like last year in the final, winning the trophy with a world record. This man is a legend.
Yeah, it's great to be here. Great to get another win here. It's yeah, there's a lot of hard work and effort that goes into it at home, and I truly believe that winning an event like this, that you win it in your backyard at home. You put that hard work in, and yeah, it goes to show when you get here.
You win a competition like this in your backyard.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, these guys work their butts off in their own backyards to make sure they've got the skill level and they're ready to go here. So as we take a quick look at the final results, there you see Jack Jordan on top, Matches Klima officially in second place, and Matt Kogar with the bronze medal today in third place. So good job and congratulations to those 3 guys.
Jack Jordan, what a champion. Unbelievable.
He's going to need a new closet for all of those rings and trophies that he's receiving here. Wow, what a day that was. A lot of action, a lot of things unexpected and not planned for. Not that you can plan for that, but this is absolutely the way that we like to see a world trophy go down. All sorts of craziness, all sorts of great action, and one deserving winner.
Jack Jordan, you are the man. 3-time STIHL TIMBERSPORTS World Trophy winner and 2 times finishing off the final with a world record.
Unbelievable.
Great stuff.
Thanks, everybody. Ciao.